people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then just welcome. How are you? So I'm gonna be trying a new hairstyle today. Well, technically not a new hairstyle, more like a new method. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna be trying a new method today. I've already done faux locks in the past, but I came across two videos by Winnie Jean, and I wanna try and like take a little bit from each video because I love the color blend she did with her ankle length faux locks with the brown and the blonde, but I much prefer the texture in the video where she did the black and brown ombre. I'm gonna just try to pick from both videos and do my best to create the style that I'm imagining in my head. Hopefully it works out, but full disclosure, y'all, I was originally going to just take my inspiration pictures and get my hair professionally done. But then I started looking at stylists in my area, and for the length, style, color, everything that I want, it's gonna be a cool $450, like minimum. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt it by myself. If it doesn't work out, I mean, then oh well, like no one will know. I mean, y'all won't know, but y'all won't tell nobody, so it's fine. So this is the braiding hair that she used. It's the Freetress pre-fluff braiding hair. I got 1B, 30, and 27. I did also pick up this one. It's the T1B 27, so it has like the brown and the honey blonde kind of mixed together. That's the only pack that isn't this specific brand. So as y'all can see, I already prepped my hair. I did my parting and everything, I think 2 days ago, and you don't really need to make sure that your roots are super neat because you're gonna be wrapping it. I'm pretty sure in her video she did it on like old braids that were kind of grown out, so yeah, you don't really need to worry about making your roots super neat like this. Honestly, I'm gonna try a couple and then come back when I've gotten the hang of it, because I feel like if I tried to talk it through now, I'm gonna just confuse y'all, myself. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do at least the back, and then once I catch the hang of it, that's when I'll start talking it through. Okay, so I'm back. I have pretty much like half my head done. I don't really know if I'm doing it right, but I'm in too deep to stop now. I've kind of just been like putting whatever color feels right. There's really no method to my madness, but I'm hoping it's coming out, you know, it's pretty good. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna start with the piece of 1B. It does come like already pre-separated. She used an entire section as her base, but I want my locks to be a little thinner than hers. I just pulled out a full section of 1B and then I split it into like a third basically. So I'm just gonna go ahead and crochet through my root like normal, attach this piece onto the hook, close it, and then just pull it through. And she kind of like takes the shorter piece and wraps it around the braid. This part doesn't have to be entirely neat. She just kind of does this. I think she said to anchor the braid. I found a random pack of hair that kind of matches the texture, and it's in a brown color, so I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna start this particular lock off with this color in the number 4. And this part is actually different than how she does hers, but it's just easier for me to do it this way. So I'm just gonna take like a tiny piece like that, attach it to, or not attach it, but like kind of place it with the other braiding hair in my braid. And then just kind of put my thumb, you probably cannot see this. Can you see that? I put my thumb on the root of it to kind of hold it in place. And then I wrap around the root, holding pretty tightly, but like not too tight since my roots are fresh. And I wrap it about 2 to 3 times. I don't want my roots to be bulky, but obviously I want it to be secure. And then I just start bringing it down. And this part, like, I kind of don't really try to be as neat, because I feel like in the back I was wrapping it too tight, and so the texture that I wanted wasn't really showing up as well. This hair is also old, so I'm not faulting it for what it does, but yeah, just wrap down. So once it gets to like a tiny piece like that, I'm gonna take another piece of the number 4 color and do the same thing. Just kind of place the shorter piece with the other hair that I've been wrapping around. now I'm gonna go ahead and add the color 30. So this is the method that she uses. I'm gonna go ahead and just like try and do it. So this is the piece that I've been using as base, and this is the piece that I've been wrapping. So how she adds her hair is she takes the new color that she wants to add in, and she places the shorter side like this. She places it with the hair that's being used as the base, and then she takes the short piece that was running out and the new hair, wraps that twice, then she tucks the short piece in with the rest of it, and she continues wrapping. And honestly, I feel like whenever I do this, like the part where I added hair looks really bulky, I managed not to do it this time, so maybe I need to just not think about it. I think I'm gonna finish with the color 30 on this one. I don't think I wanna add blonde. Add it to that base, take the short piece, wrap it around twice, and then find the short piece, separate it, and continue wrapping. Yeah, the texture isn't coming out exactly the way I want it to, but I mean, oh well. We learn with each time, right? Now that it's at the length that I want, I'm going to start wrapping up. I'm gonna wrap it like a few more times just to make sure it's long enough. And then all I do is I hold the end of it like that, and I just flip up the hair, like squeeze that, like the end of it, and I just wrap at the very end like twice. Again, make sure it's secure, and just bring it up. And this way the hair just kind of naturally like curls on itself. And then I palm roll. And I typically like ending my locks like that anyway. I don't know, I've just never really liked the nail glue or the fire way of setting the end, so I just twist it up and then palm roll. I'm gonna try and make these front two ones match as closely as possible. I started with 1B, then 4, then finished it with 30. Hopefully I have enough hair left because I only have like 2 pieces of number 4 left, and I don't know if they're gonna be enough, but oh well. Honestly, I don't even know if I even have this method down. I just kind of been winging it. I took an entire lock out because I didn't like how it looked. And I'm hungry again, my stomach is growling. Crochet the first piece in, and then you get like the shorter end, and just kind of like wrap that real haphazardly around your twist. I low-key like this. I'm definitely gonna do this all the time now because I feel like it makes starting the lock a lot easier, because like now, like it's, you know, it's stable. And then I'm gonna start off with 1B. For most of the ones like towards the top of my head, I started with the number 4, but I didn't want blonde on the front 2 pieces. And I don't know why, but in my mind, if I started with the number 4 on these 2, then I would have to end with blonde. Listen, whatever, I'm delirious at this point. I'm running on fumes. So then I take a second piece of 1B. This is a shorter length. I didn't realize I bought 2 different lengths, but whatever. And then kind of the same thing, just, I lay it on my head because it makes it easy. That's what she did. And then you take the shorter side, like this one, and do the same thing. I almost poked my eye out. Just wrap it around. And it doesn't really have to be neat. I try to make it neat towards the root because I don't want it to be like super fluffy. And then make sure you don't forget this piece, because that's why I had to take the lock out of my head, because I didn't like how it looked and I forgot to grab this piece. So after I was done wrapping it, I was looking at it, I was like, I don't really like how this gradient is looking. And then I turned and I saw this like sticking in the back, and I was like, and then you take your second piece of 1B and you just start wrapping. So can I get closer? Okay. So I lay my thumb like kind of close to the root. So you wanna make sure it's separated like so, and then wrap around. I put my index on my root to make sure it stays in place. I do that twice, And then that's how it's looking. And then I just start wrapping down. And since I've already wrapped my hair twice with this color, I don't need to be super neat. And then also because these are my 2 front braids, I don't want them to be too thick. I think I've pretty much gotten to the place where the 4 starts. So then take a piece of the 4. I don't put that much onto this side because it's already hair over there. I honestly put just like a tiny piece of it. And then same thing she does, you have the 1B that you started with and then the 4 that you're adding. And you just wrap twice, 1, 2, kind of go upwards if you notice that it was thinning out a little bit. And then you just separate the shorter piece of hair that was running out and then use the long piece to continue wrapping. And if you notice that a part is bulky that you didn't see while you were wrapping, I kind of just do that or like actually pick it and like pull it up. But yeah, great thing about locks is it's low-key kind of easy to cover up imperfections. I've kind of gotten to where I started the 30, so I'm gonna add it the same way. Now, one thing I do that she does not do at all is whenever the piece that I'm wrapping the hair around starts getting too thick or it's gonna be too long for the length I want, I don't cut because then you get blunt ends. I kind of push the scissors like through and I get it to where like the part where it meets itself is on the hair and I just pull down. And it kind of just thins the hair out. If you have one of those combs that thin with the blades inside of it, then that'll also probably be useful. But yeah, this is just to, like I said, stop it from getting too thick so that the bottom doesn't look super, super bulky. This looks like it's about the same length as this, especially if I like let them relax. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of feather out this and then do the same thing where I flip it up. You have to hold it, or I hold it really taut just so that I can make sure I'm actually wrapping it on itself. And every time I wrap, I move my fingers to cover it again, just to make sure it's secure. And then once I wrap the bottom, like anywhere from 2 to 4 times, just depends, I start wrapping up. So once you get closer to the bottom, it's 100% okay if your locks start thinning out because when you do this, it's gonna make it thicker. And then palm roll. I am officially done. I am so tired. Ooh, this is a lot, Jesus. So this is how it, honestly, I'm in love. I am in love. Like, there were some moments while I was doing it where I was like, oof, like I messed up and now I'm in too deep, but love it. Trust the process. All right, y'all, that's all for me. I'm so tired, oh my God. And I'm hungry again. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.